Hello everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. My name is Daniel and I'm going to show you how to make some really easy, almost no knead bread. So, you really can't mess this up. Well, almost. But we're just going to go ahead and get started with 4 cups of flour. Notice that I am scooping the flour and leveling it off after each addition. There we go. And there's 4 cups of flour. To that, we're going to add 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. I almost put too much in there. And 1 1/2 teaspoons of table salt. I'm just going to go ahead and give that a quick stir. Get flour all over the place, as it is usual for me. All right. And then we have 2 cups of reasonably warm tap water. You don't want it too hot, it'll kill the yeast. But we're going to add 2 cups. Get yourself a stiff spoon. And we're just going to mix it until it comes together. And this is not your typical bread dough, so it's going to look a little ragged, perfectly normal. If you find that your dough is a little too dry, add about a teaspoon at a time, or maybe half a tablespoon of water. But you'll get the hang of it. Don't worry about it. That's the fun thing about cooking. We are just about there. You just want to make sure everything is pretty well combined. The dough is going to be slightly sticky. Don't worry about it. That's the theme for this loaf of bread. Don't worry about it. All right, and that's what your dough should look like. It's going to look a little ragged, but that is perfect for what we are doing. All right, and that's it for mixing. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover it with some plastic wrap. And then we are going to allow it to rise in a draft-free place for about 1.5 hours. All right. Looks great, and I will see you when the rising is done. All right, everyone, welcome back. Well, our dough has finished proofing, and it is about double in size. So I'm going to go ahead and take the plastic wrap off and show you how we get it ready for the second rising, or the second rise, if you will. This is what your dough is going to look like after the first rise. But like I said, it's going to be a little bit wet, but do not worry about it. It looks great. Okay, so first we're going to take a piece of parchment paper out. So I've gone ahead and I put some flour in a bowl so that way if little bits of dough get in it, it doesn't really matter. So again, dust that with some flour. And then with your dusted hand, your flour dusted hand, you're going to go ahead and take the dough and just pull it into the middle. It's going to be wet, it's going to be sticky, but that is totally fine. So you're going to keep taking it and pulling it into the middle. And the dough will naturally deflate. And eventually, it will kind of change its texture almost, or its consistency, and begin to hold its shape. So it depends on how well hydrated your dough is. And I'm going to just sprinkle some more dough on, or some more flour on top. You may not have to do that step. And you'll see the dough come together into a rough ball, and at that point you can take it out, and what I'm doing is pull and gather. So just like that, okay? And then you pinch off the bottom and then set that right on your parchment paper, and then you dust that with additional flour. Sorry about that, I had to wash my hands and grab a kitchen towel. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to dampen my kitchen towel. We're going to lay it over the top of the dough and allow the dough a second rise of about 30 minutes, okay? I'll see you when we get back. All right, everyone, I'm back. Did you miss me? Well, we're going to go ahead and get this loaf ready and get it in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and get my screaming hot Dutch oven out of my oven. I'll be right back. All right. And just to remind myself that this is incredibly hot, I'm going to lay a pot holder right on top. All right. Here is our lovely loaf of bread. Now, as I want to make this look really nice, I'm going to go ahead and dust it with a little bit of extra flour. Okay. Then I'm going to take a sharp knife and I'm going to score the top. Just like that. Remove the lid from the pan. And just take the loaf and drop it right into place. And put the lid back on the pan. And what this does is it creates a steam environment so the bread is going to be nice and crusty when it's done. So I'm going to put this back in the oven. We're going to bake it for 30 minutes with the lid on, and then we're going to pull the lid off and bake it for another 10 minutes or so, depending on how brown you like your bread. All right, be back when that's done. Well, hello everyone, I am back and I just wanted to show you how delicious this bread looks. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And I want you to hear how crunchy this crust is. So let's just tap in the fork on the bread. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and lift it out of the pan using the parchment paper. Be very careful, it is very hot still. But you see it lifts out easily. And then we're going to unfold it. And just push it off onto a wire rack to allow it to cool. And again, I'm going to take my pot holders and put them on my pan handles so we don't forget that that's really hot. All right, and that's it. I mean, again, look at how amazing this looks. So I'm going to allow it to cool, and when we come back, I'll just have a little tasting for you. All right, take care. See you soon. Hi, everyone. I'm back, and our bread is nice and cooled. So let's go ahead and we're going to give it a slice and have a little bit of a taste. Hear how crispy that is? You all to see that lovely crumb in there. Very nice. And if you like yours a little crisper, just spray it with a mist of water before putting the cover on and putting it in the oven. And in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy mine with a nice bit of butter and a cup of coffee. That is very good. Very, very good. So if you are looking to try your hand at some homemade bread and you don't want to get too involved, I really think this is the recipe for you. The recipe, the dough itself comes together in about 15 minutes, and then total mix time, rise time, bake time comes to just over 2 hours. So give it a try, let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and hit that thumbs up. And do good things and be well.